friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and my friend Leon and I are here today to talk to you about a couple books that we're really excited about. Well, why are we so excited about them? Well, for two reasons. The first reason is that they are both written by the same author, which is an author that I absolutely adore. The second reason is that one of the books is actually the brand new book by this author. So that is very exciting news. I was really happy to read it as soon as it came in the library. I was not disappointed. It's phenomenal. So the author that I'm talking about is actually Kate DiCamillo, which you probably will recognize her name or some of her works because she's written books like The Tale of Despero, and also Because of Winn-Dixie, among many, many other books. The Tale of Despero happens to be one of my favorite children's books of all time. I just absolutely love it. I cry every time I read it. Happy tears, of course. So she's just phenomenal. And so one of the books I want to talk about, like I said, is an older book by her. And that is called The Magician's Elephant by Kate DiCamillo, like I said. Now, one of the things I really love about a lot of her books is that she will take a lot of different elements, a lot of different storylines that you don't really think have anything to do with each other, and then somehow like interweave them together and connect them in ways that are just beautiful and astounding and not anything that you would expect. And that is the case in The Tale of Despero, and it's definitely the case in The Magician's Elephant. So The Magician's Elephant is about a young boy named Peter who's an orphan, and he lives with this old soldier who isn't really the best caretaker. Now, that's not necessarily his fault, I think, but you'll have to read it for yourself to make your own decision on that. He's been through the war, he's been through a lot, he's older, not really the best person to be taking care of a young boy. Peter doesn't have parents, but he knows he had a sister, and he is looking for her because he does not believe that his sister is dead. He thinks his sister is still alive. So he's trying to find his sister, desperately holding out hope. This is also the tale of a magician who performed a kind of like a miracle, but turned out to be more of an accident than anything else. As he was summoning these flowers for this beautiful countess, he by accident summoned an elephant instead. You could see how that would be a problem. So the elephant is now stuck in this city, doesn't know why she's there. She's very confused why she's been summoned there. She hurt the countess, who then reported the magician, who is now in jail. And this is also the tale of a young girl who doesn't really have any recollection of her past, and she's living in an orphanage. So all these characters' stories come together to form one beautiful narrative, and you have to read to find out, to see how they all connect. And this is just such a beautiful story. Just everything that she writes, and this book especially, is so beautiful and heartwarming, and just a story about caring for other people and the way that your actions always seem to come back to you, right? So if you're good to people, good will come to you in return, and vice versa. So love this book, The Magician's Elephant. Such a great, beautiful story. Highly, highly recommend it. But now, without further ado, Kate DiCamillo's brand new book, The Beatrice Prophecy. I was a little nervous going into it because I have high hopes every time I open one of her books, and I'm always kind of afraid, is she going to let me down? Am I going to not like this as much as some of her other works? Let me just tell you, I loved it. If I wasn't so attached to The Tale of Despero for so long, I would say this might have replaced it as my new favorite book by her, but I can't find it in my heart to push that one out of the way and replace it with this. So this is going to be a number 2. But still, that's a big deal, right? Because she's written a lot of books. So this is another beautiful story about characters that are all intertwined. It starts off with this really mean goat named Anzuelika, which you can see the goat here. She's got very large teeth. She lives with these monks in this monastery and is always headbutting them right over the fence and biting them, and they just can't handle this goat. Well, one day this one young monk goes out to feed her, Anzuelika, and finds a young girl curled up in her pen holding onto one of her ears, and he thinks, oh my gosh, this goat is going to kill this girl because she's crazy, but she doesn't. They become like best friends, and Anzuelika is always looking out for this young girl who doesn't remember anything about who she is or where she came from except her name, which is Beatrice. And even though she doesn't know who she is, the king's men are looking for her, and they are pursuing her with very dark purposes. So she has to befriend these monks, one monk in particular, and then go on this journey to find out, to remember who she is and to reclaim her past. So this book is so beautiful and lovely. It's also about stories, like about books and how important they are. And again, it's another book that's just all about the importance of connecting with other people, kindness towards other people. Just an absolutely wonderful book. I love it so much. And there's also really pretty illustrations as well, which I didn't show with the Magician's Elephant, but that book had illustrations too. So every once in a while and throughout the book there are these beautiful pictures, which is just wonderful. Highly recommend this. Also not a very long book, so you could probably read it pretty quickly, but definitely recommend it if you're a fan of this author. Even if you're not a fan of this author, give this book a try. It's a great place to start. The Beatrice Prophecy. Well, that's what we've got for you today. I hope that these books sound really exciting, that you are interested in this author if you haven't read her before. So please feel free to check these books out from Farmington Community Library. We do still have curbside service available as well. So if you'd rather do that than come in the building, that is an option for you also. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful rest of the day.